Here we go. Here we go. Hi. Hello. Bonsoir. My name is .Newton. If you didn't already know, welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel, which is, again, getting used to saying that. So, hell yeah. In this video, I'm going to talk about what I'd like to read in the month of October. Probably a big old stretch. But I'm still hoping, fingers crossed, that we can get through these 6 books, because I have high hopes, especially if I can somehow swap between the old audiobook and reading. So yeah, hell yeah, let's go. So, first book that I'd like to read this month is Milk Fed by Melissa Broader. So I listened to The Pisces in September, which hopefully when this video goes out it will be October. But in this current month of September, in which I'm filming this video, I listened to The Pisces and flipping well loved it. Just because it was so silly. It was so silly and it was very goofy and I loved it. Melissa Broader just takes you on this roller coaster of just a whale of a time. So I'm very excited, but I'll read you the blurb anyway, just in case you haven't heard of this book. You probably have though. I'm not sure, but you've definitely heard of The Pisces. Right, anyway. Rachel is 24, a lapsed Jew who has made calorie restriction her religion. By day, she maintains an illusion of control by way of obsessive food rituals. At night, she pedals to nowhere on the elliptical machine. Then she meets Miriam, an Orthodox Jewish woman intent upon feeding her. As the two grow closer, they set in motion a journey marked by appetites of physical hunger, sexual desire, and spiritual longing. It just sounds like everything I love in one book. As we know, well, you might not know, but I love messy women, anything to do with women. Big fan. So I can't wait to gnaw some teeth. Get me creative juices flowing with this book. Moving on. The next one is, I've kind of started this already. I'm about 62 pages in, but I don't know why I keep getting distracted all the time, and I keep forgetting that I'm reading this book. So let's hope that I read it this month, finally in October, and that's Sugar Baby by Celine Saintclaire. This is about, actually I'll just read the blurb because I'll never get my words out properly, so let's just read the blurb, Doc. Just read the blurb. Anyway, Agnes Green is turning 21 and her life is going nowhere until she meets Emily, the daughter of one of her cleaning clients who works as a model and a sugar baby. Raw. Just sounds so fun to me. Live your truth, honey. Anyway. Emily's lifestyle is the escape Agnes has been longing for. Tasting menus, private flights to Paris and Miami, rich older men who shower her with compliments and designer gifts. But it is the last straw for her religious mother, Constance. Kicked out of the family home and thrown from one precarious relationship to the next, Agnes must decide how far she is willing to go to be adored. When I started reading this book, so again, I'm from a small town, I've just moved to a city, and it's just the right time, I think, to read this book, because I just want to read loads more stuff that's to do with small towns and moving from a small town, exploring life, navigating it in your 20s, because I do believe, I just said it, but Agnes is 21 in this, so like as a person who's also in my 20s, I think I just can't wait. When I started this book, I knew I was going to love it, so yeah, it's just about actually getting to reading it now. Which, touch wood, why do I just touch my foot? Disgusting. I hate feet. Little fact about me, I hate feet. Anyway, but yeah, I'm very excited to read this. I mean, I'm excited to read all these books. I'm trying not to say pleased, because in my last video, all the only word that was in my vocabulary at the time was pleased. So let's just hope I can find some other words to describe how I feel about this. But yeah, I'm very, excited. Let's go. The next book is Her Body and Other... Her Body and Other Parties by Carmen Maria Machado. So I've seen a couple of these stories flying around on the old TikTok and other platforms, which, can I just say, I don't know how you guys feel about TikTok, but I'm really trying to like cut it down. I'm trying to cut it down so that I'm not on it all the time and so that I don't mess up my little old attention span. That's the word. I'm trying to not go on TikTok anymore. Anyway, back. Let's not go on tangents. I'm really terrible for going on stupid tangents. Anyway, but yeah, I'm trying to cut off TikTok for a while anyway, especially now that I'm trying to get my life sorted. So, fingers crossed, let's hope that sorts itself out. Maybe it won't. Anyway, I've started reading why can't I get my words out today? It's in the afternoon, so you'd think I'd be okay. I've started reading this on audiobook because it was free on Audible, and I didn't have to spend any, not money, but you know how you can get the little credits every month? Well, I've been I've been collecting them, and I just found this on the catalogue, so I didn't actually have to use any of my little points or anything, so I was very, very pleased with that. So that was like a good thing. But anyway, I'm going to read you the blurb again of this book, and let's hope I don't stutter over any of my words. Already started. Already can't read. A prize-winning, genre-bending collection of short stories that has already achieved cult status. Her Body and Other Parties is unique, upselling, unsettling, and totally original. Carmen Maria Machado demolishes the borders between magical realism and science fiction, comedy and horror, fantasy and fabulism. Bodies become inconsequential, humans become monstrous, and anger becomes erotic. A dark, shimmering slice into womanhood, Her Body and Other Parties is wicked and exquisite. I mean, I've started reading it on audio, like listening. I've started listening to it on Audible book. Hell yeah, let's just go with that. And I love it so far. I've seen somebody like kind of reimagine the first story, because basically it's about this girl who has like a ribbon around her neck. And I've seen like a reimagining of that story on the old TikTok. And I'm kind of hoping it doesn't go in the same direction and that person just hasn't plagiarised this story. But whatever happens, I'm very excited to read these. I also want to read a load more of Machado's works. In the Dream House, that memoir, I need to get my hands on it. So essentially I'm just very excited to start this, and yeah, let's bloody go. Me trying not to swear, but also I swear all the time, so we're just gonna go with it and just hope that YouTube doesn't hate me anymore. But it worked last time, touch wood, worked last time, so clearly it doesn't hate me too much. Anyway, on to the next one. So this is the, let's see if I can count, fourth book, hell yeah, that I want to read. I got this book when I was in Cambridge to visit a pal before a group of us went to Barcelona in April. And I've never been to like the town centre of Cambridge, and so I got this from Blackwell's. I genuinely love Blackwell so much, and I'm very excited because I've heard that there's a cafe / bookshop in Manchester that's Blackwell's, so yeah, very excited to go there. But anyway, I got this in Cambridge. I was going to start reading it, but I just haven't yet. And I know it's autumn and this is very much a summer read. But I'm just hoping I can start this because I've heard nothing but good things. Like my friend Anna, who I was with, I literally picked this up and she was like, "You've got to read it." So I'm very excited to start reading this. And that is Kairos by Jenny Erpenbeck. I can't remember. I think this is a translation by Michael Hoffman. I'm just so excited to read this. I know I keep saying excited. Please don't read me. I'm reading myself. But anyway, I'm going to read you the blurb again so that you know you can join me on this journey and hopefully we can hold each other accountable this month. Anyway, Berlin, 11th of July, 1986. They meet by chance on a bus. She is a young student, he is older and married. Theirs is an intense and sudden attraction fueled by a shared passion for music and art and heightened by the secrecy they must maintain. But when she betrays him with a colleague, the relationship takes a darker turn, just as the GDR, yeah, I'm sure, I don't know what that means, but it must be something important, begins to crumble, ushering, oh my god, why could I not read that word? Anyway, ushering in a new era whose great gains also involve profound loss. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know. I should have probably read the blurb before I picked it up, but you know, I'm just from the sounds of it I knew words. I keep rinsing the same words all the time. To be fair, I haven't said pleased this video, so I'm pleased. I'm very pleased to read this month. Let's roll with that. Next book. So I moved back home for about a year and I kind of thought this would help me kind of bring back my, as I keep saying, bring back my creative juices. I need to find another word for that as well because it's kind of cringing me out. All my friends have just recommended this book to me all the time. I love Patti Smith. I think we've gathered probably what this book is, probably by me saying Patti Smith. I need to read this book just as a creative person, as a as an actor struggling with life right now and trying to kind of navigate the creative industry and get out of the creative slump and the self-doubt. 100%. I think reading this book would be very good for me right now. I mean, it was supposed to be for last year again, but I just didn't get around to reading it because again I get distracted and I get hyperfixated on other books. I am going to read this. I'm going to read this month, come rain or shine, because autumn is my favourite season. So why not read a book that I know is probably going to be a new favourite in my favourite season. So anyway, that's Just Kids. The preamble by Patti Smith. And I think you can see that I've kind of tried to start reading it. I've got too many bookmarks. Got onto page 18. Wow. Wow. I'm going to read you the blurb anyway, because I'm trying to improve my reading skills. And also I feel bad because I don't think I read many blurbs last video. And I want to include you guys more in what I'm reading, even though you probably know what half these books are, or what they're about, or have probably read them. I don't want to leave you guys out, so let's get on with it. Just Kids begins as a love story and ends as an elegy. It serves as a salute to New York City during the late 60s and 70s, and to its rich and poor it hustles and hellions. A true fable, it is a portrait of two young artists' ascent, a prelude to fame. Yeah, I need to, please let me read this, brain, please. Maybe I should start reading it now, but to be fair, I'm reading, I'm still trying to get through Written on the Body by Jeanette Winterson, but I don't think, again, I'm a big mood reader, so I don't think I'm feeling that right now, so maybe this is what I need right now because, yeah, I just need it. Need it now, please. But I'm also reading as well Acts of Service by Lillian Fishman, something like that, but I'm enjoying that as well. Probably should stop reading multiple books at the same time, but again, just crazy brain. I will read this and you will have to hold me accountable for it. You will, okay? And the last one. So I know that probably not many people have heard of this because I Also hadn't heard of this before. I've not seen anybody recommend this book at all, but it's very much to do with, again, messy women and relationships. I will read you the blurb and you'll have to make up your minds for that yourselves. But that is The Portrait of a Mirror by Natasha, I'm going to butcher this last name, Joukovsky. One second, I just need to blow my nose. Ooh. Sorry about that. So, need to stop saying excited, but yeah, can't wait to read this. I'll read you the blurb. Wes and Diana are the kind of privileged, well-educated, self-involved New Yorkers you may not want to like, but can't help wanting to like you. Vivian and Dale live in Philadelphia, but with ties to the same prep schools and management consulting firms, they're of the same ilk. When Vivian becomes a visiting curator at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, just as Diana is starting a new project in Philadelphia, the two couples' lives cross and tangle. It's the summer of 2015 and they're all enraptured by one another and too engulfed in desire to know what they want, despite knowing just how to act. In this wickedly fun debut, Natasha Joukovsky, I hope I got that right, reinvents the myth of Narcissus as a modern novel of manners to draw an absorbing portrait of modern romance, rousing real sympathy for her flawed characters even as she skewers them. Shrewdly observed, whip-smart and shot through with wit and good humour, The Portrait of a Mirror is a piercing exploration of narcissism, desire, self-delusion and the great mythology of love. Yeah, I don't know how I found this book. I think I found it on a website because again I was trying to look for new books that I haven't seen before, obviously about just obsession and descents into madness and all that kind of good stuff. Desire. Yeah, I'm just a big fan. I love messy people in all their forms. I think that's why one of my favourite books is The Secret History by dotnewts. Now is a good time to read this book because, again, I'm in my autumn era and my autumn era is my favourite era, so we're just going to have to go through all these books that I want to. Please, if this interests you or you've read this before, please tell me your thoughts and vibes. What were your thoughts and vibes about this? Because I've not seen anybody else recommend this before, so please tell me more. I want to know. No spoilers. I want to know whether you liked it or not, because yeah, it would be nice to get a conversation started about it. So yeah, those are the 6 books that I want to read this month. Let's see if I do so. If I don't, well, we've got next month. I know spooky season is October. I love to read. I just feel like it's more spooky in November because it's that mid period between Christmas and Halloween. So yeah, I've never read Frankenstein or Dracula. I know, who am I? So I'm gonna read them in November. That is my plan. Again, you're gonna have to hold me accountable. But I've got some of the audiobooks again on Audible for. By the way, no sponsor by Audible, just a big fan, really. What? Anyway, yeah, want to read those in November. But anyway, that's for another video. But yeah, lots of love, guys. Let's see if I get through these books. I'm going to show you. Hell yeah. Woo! But yeah, lots of love, guys. Have good days. Have good days, whatever days you're watching this on. And, live, laugh, love, I guess. Yeah.